Welcome to the Suhayl the Seeking Fox podcast. Pull up a chair, get comfortable, and hey, make sure to like, subscribe, and share right off the bat. Tonight, we are jumping straight into a late-night explainer on something we all kind of assume we understand, but honestly, we probably don't. We're talking about what it actually means to tell the truth.
I see Suhayl tilting his head over there, and yeah, he knows exactly what's up. We usually think of truth as just, not lying. Like, hey, did you eat the last slice of pizza? Nope. Boom, truth, right? Well, tonight, we're peeling back the layers on this. We're going to see why true honesty isn't just about dropping facts. It's actually this massive cosmic alignment with reality itself.
Section 1. The truth about truthfulness.
So, let's start peeling this philosophical onion by looking at the Arabic word Ṣidq. It means being genuine, faithful, and in complete harmony with reality. We're talking about total structural integrity. Think of it like a building's architecture. A fresh coat of paint and some really nice landscaping on the outside, that means absolutely nothing if the internal steel beams are completely rotten, right? If the foundation is cracked, the whole building is fake, no matter how pretty it looks. That is exactly what Ṣidq is checking for. It's checking your internal steel beams.
Moving right along to Section 2, digging into the roots.
To really wrap our heads around this concept, we've got to put on our linguistic hard hats for a second. The root letters are S, D, Q, which implies firmness and reliability. And from this one single root, we get an entire family tree of concepts. We get Ṣidq, which is integrity. We get Ṣadiq, the truthful person. We get Tasdiq, which means affirming something is true. But then there's this massive plot twist. We also get Sadaqah, which translates to charity.
Now, let this question really marinate for a second. You're probably wondering, why on earth is giving away your hard-earned cash grammatically linked to telling the truth? What does tossing a few bucks into a donation bin have to do with not lying? I mean, Suhayl over there looks pretty puzzled by this too.
Well, here is the answer, beautifully summarized. Charity is truthfulness made visible. It's because genuine giving is the ultimate tangible proof of your faith's sincerity. You can say you care, you can say you have faith, but giving up something you actually value, like your money, that is your internal truth showing up in the real world. You aren't just talking the talk anymore. Your wallet is literally walking the walk.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, walking the talk.
Man, the gap between what we say and what we actually do is where all the drama happens, isn't it? Just having factual accuracy is not enough to claim you've achieved Ṣidq. On one side, sure, you have mere facts. You didn't lie about your age. Cool. But on the other side, you have true structural integrity. That's the absolute consistency of belief, words, and actions. The Qur'an demands this consistency. It means you can't just speak facts in public while living a completely contradictory, hypocritical life behind closed doors. You can't claim a set of values and then ghost those exact same values the second no one's watching.
And this isn't just a suggestion, by the way. Listen to this incredibly powerful quote from Surah At-Tawbah. O you who believe, be mindful of Allah and be with the truthful. The Qur'an treats truthfulness not just as a cool personality quirk to have, but as an entire community you belong to. It is a tribe. You are either with the truthful or you just aren't.
Being part of that tribe? Well, it all starts in the heart. Ṣidq values sincerity way over appearances. It is a complete inside job. It begins internally before it ever even reaches your tongue. A sincere interior naturally overflows into honest speech and really solid actions. Ultimately, it reflects the divine truth of Allah, whose words perfectly correspond to reality and never, ever distorted. When you have Ṣidq, you're literally mirroring that divine reality on a human level. How amazing is that?
Wow. But of course we have to look at the flip side of this. Section 4, the many faces of falsehood.
Let's talk about the modern epidemic of superficiality and just faking it. We see it literally everywhere today. I see Suhayl covering his eyes over there, and honestly, buddy, I do not blame you one bit. The direct opposite of Ṣidq is kidhib. Now, we usually translate this as falsehood or lying, but in the Quranic sense, this is way more dangerous than just fibbing to your boss about being late because of traffic. It extends so far beyond just making false statements. Kadhib actually includes pretending, hypocrisy, and breaking commitments. Just think about our world today. Putting up a fake, highly curated, heavily filtered aesthetic on your social media feed while you're secretly miserable inside? Yeah, that is kadhib. Promising to be there for a friend and then flaking out? Also kadhib. It's literally any distortion of reality, including actively denying a truth you recognize deep down inside yourself. So to fight that, we really need what I call the late-night checklist for living by Ṣidq. Ask yourself these questions. Do my actions actually match my words? Does my private life resemble my public life? Am I honest, even when it costs me money, reputation, or comfort? Do I acknowledge reality instead of constantly reshaping it to fit my own desires? And finally, is my worship sincere, or is it just a performance for an audience? I know, these are some seriously heavy questions for a late-night chat, but they are absolutely the ultimate diagnostic test for your soul's structural integrity. And that deep dive takes us to our final act, Section 5, the bridge to reality.
This right here is the absolute core of our philosophical onion. If Haqq is ultimate reality, the absolute truth of the universe, and the amana is our heavy, heavy responsibility to carry that reality, then Ṣidq is the living testimony. Think of it like this. If amana asks, will you faithfully carry the trust, Ṣidq steps right up to the mic and asks, will you do it sincerely? It means your entire existence, your breathing, your walking, your talking, the whole shebang becomes a living, breathing testimony to reality.
To see how this all fits into the grand scheme of things, there is a breathtaking 9-step progression to this. We start part 1 with huda, which is guidance. Then we move to iman, faith, taqwa, mindfulness, hikmah, wisdom. All of this leads us straight to haqq, reality itself. These are like monumental, cosmic stepping stones building up your spiritual architecture.
And then in part 2, it continues. Flowing from reality, we get imana, the trust, and right there, next in the sequence, is Ṣidq. It acts as the absolutely crucial bridge. After Ṣidq comes sabr, patience, and finally ihsan, pure excellence. You see, Ṣidq is the bridge between what you have accepted inwardly and how you actually embody it outwardly. It is the concrete, undeniable evidence that the trust you accepted hasn't just been tossed into a dusty corner of your mind, but has actually taken deep root in your character.
So, as we wrap up tonight's explainer and seeing Suhayl nodding off peacefully beside his little emerald sash over there, I really want to leave you with one final deeply provocative question to chew on before you go to sleep. Do your actions truly testify to reality? Not your intentions, not your social media bio, but your daily actions. Are you structurally sound? Let me know your honest thoughts on that in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed peeling this onion with us, please do like, share, and subscribe to the Suhayl the Seeking Fox podcast for more of these deep dive explainers. Stay structurally sound, keep seeking, and good night, everyone.